In the Unresolved Problems segment tonight, congressional Democrats and Donald Trump. Some Democrats are already bracing for a fight, unwilling, it seems, to give the president-elect even a chance.
If he tries to defund Planned Parenthood, if he tries to kick people off their health insurance, if they try to privatize Medicare or cut taxes for the wealthy, we're going to have a Youngstown street fight in the Capitol. That's what's going to happen.
Joining us now for reaction, Austin Goolsbee, University of Chicago economics professor and former chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors in the Obama administration. You saw Tim Ryan there saying it's a Youngstown street fight if Donald Trump tries to do some of the things he promised to do.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar that Youngstown was known for its street fighting, but I agree. The Democrats are there are a lot of Democrats. It's a big party, very diverse party. They're of two minds because one side of the party has actively not done what Republicans did after Obama won really in a landslide in 2008, which was Mitch McConnell and others come out immediately and say, we're going to fight him on the beaches, on the sand. We're not going to let him do anything.
Right. We're not trying to find Democrats seem to be like some sort of wandering party of bi-coastal elites. Not sure if they're socialist or they're progressive or they're moderate. They're all over the board. What is a Democrat now?
In fairness, they did get more votes than the Republicans did.
Well, hold on. Can we just do this? Can we do this? You're an economics professor, right? If you take the state of California out of this mess, right? Donald Trump got 2.2 million more votes than Hillary Clinton. Take one state out of the mix.
So your thing is people from California are not real Americans?
Sure,
Why don't we take the state of Texas?
My point is it wasn't wide sweeping. Everyone on the left is saying, she beat him in the popular vote. You take one state out, and he wins 49 states.
Take out the state of Texas, and then her popular vote margin gets even bigger. Further, more people voted for Democrats in the Senate than voted for Republicans. That's my point. The point is the Democrats are searching for a strategy. When Obama won in a big win, Republicans declared they would fight him.
They had Obama. They wanted to vote for Obama. Hillary Clinton, frankly, wasn't the most Democrats. Half the Democrats wanted Bernie Sanders. The other half wanted Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, that's fair.
But who's the new titular head of the Democrat Party? Is it Elizabeth Warren?
Is
it Bernie Sanders?
I'm not disputing you. I'm not disputing you. I don't think it's Bernie Sanders. I think they're trying to figure out. One part of the Democratic Party does not trust Donald Trump, says he barely won. This is a very narrow election, and yet he wants to charge. It seems like he wants to charge ahead, not in a unifying way, but in a partisan way. Those people are going to fight him from the beginning. The other part of the Democratic Party says, no, maybe he'll be more like JFK rather than George W. Bush. He'll come in, start with infrastructure, start with something that's more unifying. Right. So let's keep an open mind. And I think they're arguing that out.
All right, take a listen to this. Keith Ellison. I'm not sure where Democrats are. You guys seem to be out in disarray. Take a listen to Keith Ellison.
He's not draining the swamp. He's filling it up more, and there's going to be more swamp creatures than ever before. I mean, he is lobbyists and big-time investment bankers. He's not doing what he said he was going to do for average working Americans.
Now, the people elected Donald Trump, and Keith Ellison calls them swamp creatures.
No, he said Donald Trump is creating swamp creatures of lobbyists, etc., and that they were not supporting the people that supported Trump. I think Donald Trump needs to be careful about that. It's always hard to be an outsider candidate saying, I'm going to drain the swamp and rip it all up and start again.
You don't think he's draining the swamp? It sure seems like he is draining the swamp. There are a lot of people who are worried.
The first thing he did was let in the lobbyists. Now, Mike Pence is trying to switch that around and reverse it. So
I don't have a lot of time, Austin. I want to ask you this. You're a smart guy. You and I go at this all the time. You're a smart guy. You teach very smart people. You teach students at University of Chicago. What are they saying about Donald Trump?
Which ones?
The smart ones. The MBA students. How about that?
The country's politically divided. And I'd say the Republicans are saying Donald Trump's going to be a businessman. He'll probably be a centrist. And I'd say the Democrats are saying he scares me. all of this stuff about white nationalism and
that was a nice ole you just did there. But I'm sure your MBA students, if they're smart, they'll see, you know, drop that corporate tax from 35 to 15% and unleash an engine of economic prosperity. Got to leave it right there,
just
Professor.
Make sure we pay for it.
Got to leave it right there, Professor. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Plenty more ahead as the factor moves along this evening. Will Donald Trump be able to undo President Obama's nuclear deal with Iran? Colonel Ralph Peters has some thoughts on that. And did a model's impression of Melania Trump go too far? We'll debate that, and we hope you stay tuned for those reports.